But I do have this question just in general because we on the topic of it, and anybody's free to answer. Noble, I see you're here too, and you're a male as well. So, do you believe that men should, the way that you start in a relationship, that you should upkeep? So, let's say that you did take her like on this 24, 48 hour like date, and it was so sporadic and adventurous and thrilling. Do you agree that, because a lot of women feel that way, like the way you approach me, you need to keep that same energy? So, do you believe that, men, that's something that you need to upkeep? Like, you need to keep that going. Like, just don't do it once to just woo me, and once you woo me, stop. Like, do you believe that men should keep that going? And Zilla Peace, that's a question directly for you, but I do want other men to answer.
Okay, my answer to that question is no. Listen, first of all, I think a man should be, especially when he's dating, he should be dating within his budget. So even if he's trying to quote unquote impress a woman, he should be trying to impress a woman within his budget. So if he can't afford to go to whatever steakhouse, go to hibachi, go to whatever 4 or 5 star restaurant in his city, um on a regular basis, if he wanted to, he shouldn't even try to like make it seem to the woman that that's something that he can do, or that's something that he does on a regular basis. But I mean, I think it's kind of unrealistic for a lot of women. If you know you're just dealing with a common average everyday man, if he takes you somewhere nice, I mean, I think it's kind of unrealistic to think that just the average common everyday man that he can just do that all the time. The same way, like, when I say you, I'm not talking about you specifically, but just women in general. You can't this experience that he's treating you to, that's not something. A lot of these women, they've never even had a man treat them to these experiences before, and it's not something that they can do on their own on a consistent basis if they wanted to. Like, so at the end of the day, like when people have their monthly expenses, people have their bills to pay, people got to save money. I think it'd just be kind of unrealistic and idiotic for a woman to think that a man is just going to always, just the average common everyday man is going to always be taking them to $200, $300 dinners, buying them this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, I mean, he's gonna apply a certain amount of pressure up front because he wants to like stand out more than whoever else he may be competing for you with. But to just think that, like, when he has you in his arms, not saying he needs to completely fall back and not do the things that he was doing before, but certain things I think it's kind of unrealistic to just be expecting them all the time. So that's my
Noble,
answer to your question. What's up, Hope?
Noble, may I just say, speaking on unrealistic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with what you just said. And I think another unrealistic comment that I heard tonight, which made me come up in the panel, was this ideology of, it was very shocking, a black man being like, I relate to Elon Musk. Elon Musk, a man who grew up in apartheid South Africa, a man who literally has all of his wealth because of colonialism, with white people being above black people, and the entire wealth of his family was built off of that. So that to me is very unrealistic, right? To hear a black man in this era be like, I agree with Elon. I feel like what Elon is saying is correct and I can relate to him. That's very unrealistic to me when we think about who Elon Musk actually is, to be honest. So I feel like that's also extremely unrealistic. And I think if we're going to live in the realm of reality, which I'm really appreciating that you are bringing up, I think it's important for us as Black people to take into account who Elon Musk really is as a man, and to point out Black men that will be like, Elon Musk is great. Like, what are you talking about?
Is he not great? What's the problem? Please elaborate. Why is it unrealistic? Because if I work as hard as I do, if I create the income that I create, like I said, Noble knows exactly. Me and first of all, I'm not going to even speak on income, but Noble knows what I'm talking about, and we won't go further than that. But if I can strive to be an entrepreneur and make money, and I make good money as it is right now, and as a man that's going to create wealth, I have multi billion-dollar corporations that want to work with me as of I am right now, not even on TikTok, just in general, that want to work with me on a clothing level. If I'm already creating that income for myself, why is that unrealistic? I would love to know. Let me know.
Okay, let me give you multiple reasons. So let's use the Musk family as an example. So Elon Musk's family owned diamond mines. Elon Musk got the money for him to be able to go to university in Canada because of those diamond mines, right? He went to a school at the time, an extremely colonial school, where the most connected people in the Commonwealth went to school. So he has long-forming bonds with literal monarchs, right? It's unrealistic for you as a black man to think you are somehow comparable to Elon Musk. That's unrealistic. That doesn't mean you won't make it and doesn't mean you won't be successful, but it's unrealistic for you as a black man who is trying to create first generational wealth to an Elon Musk who comes from literally generations of wealth in a country where his specific type of human being were preferenced and their wealth was literally secured for generations. So that is unrealistic to me.
My bad. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm striving for greatness, and I understand what you're saying. Trust me. Hope you know I respect and honor a lot of the words you say. You're very insightful. You're respectful. You're like I respect what you're saying. I'm not saying I'll ever obtain that, but I'm just telling you where I'm reaching towards. That's where I'm reaching towards. I know what I know what I can achieve. You know, as a college educated man, as a man that is insightful, as a man that can lead people, you know, as a man that has people who will listen to me, can advocate for them, is articulate. Like the sky is the limit for a person like myself. I'm not telling other men that they may reach that. I'm speaking for myself. And as a man that can literally, randomly spin my finger, and Noble, brother, he will speak to this. I took a whole month off and just traveled. Went wherever I wanted in the United States just to do it. Like, I literally did it. And I take my daughter just as much as I do as a single father. It has not stopped me from doing anything. So, you know, I hear people put limitations on us as black men, and it's just funny to hear what a black man is capable of, and and to say that we can't be that. It's great. But listen, I love your words, and I promise you, we're gonna have this conversation in a couple of years, and you know, hey, look, Hope. We gonna do business together. I promise you. I'm gonna remember you. We gonna do business together. I love your insightfulness. I love what you say because it's very respectful, and it pushes me to be greater because you're right. Like, there's a lot of us that look for things that's unattainable, but I promise you, when I say it's in my grasp, when I tell you I bump shoulders with these people that have money and they speak to me and they want me to do greater things because I'm the same man from the roots of the ground where they think that people can't be great from. Like, I promise you, I got people that are willing to invest in me and do things for me that they would never do for anyone else that looks just like me. So when I tell you I'm striving for that, remember what I said today, because when it happens, it won't be a surprise.
Say something, please, to that. And I do not want to be the person to stomp on a black man's dream, right? Absolutely not, right? Like, I am literally the spawn of a black man that had a dream that seemed impossible in that time, right? So I agree that that can be true. That's not actually what my issue is. My issue is the fact that the dream is leading to what Elon Musk is. And what Elon Musk is has been very detrimental to the black community. That's actually what my issue is. It's not that you cannot achieve what you want to achieve. It's not that you cannot be great. And it's not for me to come here and spit on your dreams and act like, oh, you'll never make it. No, you can do whatever you want to do. What I'm questioning is, what do you want to do? Do you really want to be like Elon Musk? Really?
I'm not saying I want to be like Elon Musk. I'm saying I want the wealth. I want the freedom. I want to have the ability to tell a woman, hey, I want to take you on a date to the moon. Imagine how many men can do that. He can do that. I'm not striving to be anything like Elon Musk. What I'm saying is that I want to tell a woman, hey, not even a woman that I invest in, and let's just say my wife, you know what I'm saying, if I want to get married at some point, or one of my wives, because I'll probably have multiple wives. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I can make it happen. Because let's just be honest, there's not enough good men to go around. So hey, maybe I can be able to have 2 or 3 wives. We don't know. Let's talk about it in the future. I can literally be like, hey, I can take you to the moon. Why can't I strive for that? Why is it an imbalance for me to say as a black man, hey, we already know that we know what the obstacles are in front of us. For me to be able to navigate them like I have done, like Noble have done, shout out my man Big Rebel, like we have done in society. We have been able to be very successful amongst all the odds that we have had, the barriers that we have had, the women who have told us we are limited by just our color of our skin, right? Men and women. I won't just say women. Men and women. People who have looked like us, we have been told that we can only do so much. So why is it that I can't strive for more than what people say? Because Martin Luther King did it. Malcolm X did it. You know what I'm saying? All these other people who said you can, Harriet Tubman did it. She freed multiple slaves. What if she didn't free the slaves she didn't free? What would life be without them, right? So it's like, why can't I strive for greatness? I'm not saying I'll ever reach that. I don't know that. But if I strive for that and I fall short, how great will I still be? That's
May I
really
say
what I'm
something,
striving
please?
for.
May I
Oh,
say something, please? I want to say this. It's not about what you are striving for that is problematic for me. Reach for the stars. My father, like the story of my father, is possibly one of the most inspirational stories of my life. And my father functions as a pseudo father figure for a lot of people in my world. He is one of the most brilliant people not even one. He is probably the most brilliant person I know in my world. And that includes people I don't know that I study. My father is the most brilliant person I know. I don't want to take that away from you. Don't, like, I'm not saying you have to live up to what I think your possibility is in life. Absolutely not. Your possibility is what your possibility is. And I am nobody to tell you what that level is. You define that level and you reach that level, regardless of what any of us say. I agree with that 100%. I am the result of that kind of thinking, right? At the same time, 2 things can be true at the same time. My issue comes in when Elon Musk is being used as the example, when Elon Musk, in many ways, from a South African perspective, is extremely anti-Black, right? So it's weird to me that the person that's being used as the example of what the level is a human that's anti-Black. Like, that's what's weird to me.
hey Hope, how are you?
Coco.
Yes, I definitely get both perspectives, and I'm glad you gave me some facts because I didn't know any of that about Elon Musk. Surprisingly, I haven't done much research on him. I just found out about him a few years ago. But I think you're looking at it from all around point of view, kind of like if you support the person, you need to support everything that they stand for. So I do understand your point of view, and I also understand Zilla's point of view. I think he's looking at it more like from a financial and checklist. He made the checklist of goals, but I do understand what you're saying is the only reason why he kind of got that far was because of what he did to you know South African people and things like that, and you know what his generational wealth was built off of. So I completely understand that, and I think it's respectable, you know, by what you're saying.